This time, can Aggressive5 redeem themselves and find their full potential in Phase 2 of the ESL India Premiership? This started out with an unconventional draft. They opened with the Slaughter and the Underlord. I'm assuming this is going to be Pinkman on the Slaughter and possibly A35 playing the Underlord. Excuse me. On the other side, IQ, they're opening with the Nyx Assassin and the Monkey King. It's pretty much a dead giveaway here that it's a core Monkey King. This is something that we see more and more of late. Damn. Yeah. It's going to be a core Monkey King, and with the Jingo Mastery and maybe even the Boundless Strike, he should have enough kill potential to bring down the Underlord. Core Monkey King truly in the meta. I guess if I'm banning out the Keeper of the Light, one would assume that Blinding Light is one of the better ways to deal with the Monkey King. Fun fact, in the lobby before the game started and while the toss was going on, Agressive5 opted for second pick, which means that they indeed do have last pick going towards the end of this draft. There has been a switch in Agressive5. Paddling is going to the mid lane with Negi going to the 1 position, and they just want to hold on to getting their hands on that last pick and giving Paddling the hero of his choice and also giving him a better lane to start out with. Intelligence quotient, on the other hand, shows Radiant. Radiant is, well, easier to gank, funnily enough, and Agressive5 are known to be active very early on in the laning phase itself. You can approach the Radiant mid lane from both sides without getting spotted out by the tower. While it's pretty much not the same case for the dire mid lane. I mean, one point of access to the mid lane, namely the east side, is pretty much just blocked out. So intelligence quotient, the mid lane is a little vulnerable, but also another advantage to the Radiant mid lane is you've got the trees to work with right next to the east of the tower. So you can make plays from those trees if you're something like the Earth Spirit. But yeah, IQ, they banned out the Earth Spirit themselves. So they're not working with that. Also, the Radiant mid tower is a little easy to hold. You can teleport into those trees, and I mean, a lot of times those TPs won't be spotted out. They have picked up the Monkey King though, and I would honestly like to see a dire side Monkey King. He's just got more ease of access to gank the enemy mid laner, like I already pointed out. But yeah, I'm assuming once again that this is a core Monkey King and something like a 4 position next. Aggressive5 though, throwing the curveball of all curveballs, a Suckling Mustaq, if one can say so. They picked up the Lich. IQ will not be getting their hands on their Lich this time. The Lich that, well, has caused many sleepless nights for those over at Entity Gaming. That safe lane Lich, losing to a safe lane Lich in 2017 just hurts. But Entity Gaming, they're back, and they're how? I mean, they've got Boccarino, they've also got Noya, but what's even more interesting is Evil Ash is stepping in for a bit. Now, I don't think ESL has any rules stipulating as to how many outsiders can be a part of your team. I mean, intelligence quotient, they're purely Cambodian, and you've got the Council, which all the way from Bangladesh, then you've got Genesis from Malaysia, you've got Shizzy's team from Pakistan. But for some reason, Entity Gaming are playing the ESL India Premiership with Evil Ash. I'm guessing that Evil Ash is just stepping in because Noya has not yet made it to the country. Also, rumor has it that Entrim has stepped down or resigned as coach for Entity Gaming. So currently, Entity Gaming are without a coach. And if Team Spartan or Adfinim are want to give you hope, then even someone who's got 3k MMR like me can step in to be their coach. But horrible jokes aside, back to the game. We're seeing a Venomancer getting banned out. IQ have been doing this a fair bit. I have been noticing a lot of Venomancer bans. He's a strong core in the sense that he's pretty self-sufficient in lane. It's something that EG likes to do without easy. Give him a core like the Venomancer or the Razor or even the Lifestealer, and just leave him be in the safe lane and apply as much pressure as possible on the enemy safe lane. So IQ don't want to go up against that, hence the Venomancer ban. But they are going to go with the comfort pick of theirs, the Omni-Man. This is rather interesting. I mean, you got a Monkey King who's already been buffed in the patch. He gets more armor and more points in strength in Wukong's command as opposed to damage. And I mean, every hero scales in terms of strength a little bit better now. So Monkey King is already really tanky by itself. And on top of that, you got the Omni Knight to buff him up even more. And as if it wasn't obvious enough, they're going to pick up the OD as the fourth pick. Agressive5, have they got someone who could build a diffusal to purge off the Guardian Angel? Kling's good, but it's not going to be coming all that soon. It's going to take a while. It might not be his first item of choice. And yeah, I mean, Kling's would maybe like a Desolator to start things off. And yeah, he has to be really spot on with his itemization because he has to deal with a lot of physical damage. He's got an Omni Knight to worry about, and also the lockdown coming out from the Nyx. So I really hope Klings gets up to a good start, otherwise it's going to be a miserable game for him. Last man coming out from Agressive5 is going to be the Shaman. It is something that IQ have picked a lot. The wards do allow you to push lanes rather quickly, and yeah, he's got that extra +6 damage buff to him, so he's got that extra Harris potential early on. He's horribly slow, in lane, but yeah, that lockdown, the push potential, and general utility coming out of that hero is not one to be underestimated. We're seeing a last man Invoker. I'm pretty sure Paddling plays the hero, but there was no obvious reason why Agressive5 had to pick it up. I could see the value though. Excuse me, for a cross-specs Invoker on the side of Agressive5. Just provide all that more control for Klings to stay back and do all that damage. There's no, I mean, there is some setup for Sunstrike. But yeah, that general team fight control, take the mana away from the Omni Knight, be a general pest to everyone on the side of Intelligence Quotient. And yeah, that probably explains the ban. Last pick for IQ, I guess they're going to be looking for a support here. A Crystal Main wouldn't be too bad. The Aura would be nice for the Omni Knight, would be good for the OD as well. And yeah, you just got even more lockdown and a little bit of team fight with Fields, which has some synergy with Wukong's command.
10 seconds remaining.
This is provided that it is a Go Monkey King, but holy hell, I've been wrong once again. Or I might be right, this could be a support Omni Knight and still, no, doesn't make sense. So it's an offlane Omni Knight. I guess CUBB will be taking up that role. And we got a support Monkey King as well as a Nyx Assassin. So yeah, the Monkey King as a support works rather well. Can pretty much zone out the Underlord at level 1 with just a point in Jingu Mastery and maybe an Orb of Venom. However, Agressive5, last pick on the board, they want something in the mid lane to deal with the OD. You could go for the Lina. What else? Could do Quap. Quap wouldn't be too bad. That pure damage coming up from the Sonic Wave might just help bring down a hero who's got Repel on top. You basically want to pick up a strong laner. We have seen Paddling play Tinker when Agressive5 took on Team Akatsuki. Is this a good Tinker game? Well, you got Monkey King jumping around in the trees, so you've got to respect that. He's also got Boundless Strike, which could cancel your TPs. Maybe not the best of Tinker games, but along with the Underlord and the Dark Rift, got a lot of potential to move across the map easily and early on. We are going to see Viper getting picked up. So two heroes with a lot of range, namely the Klings and the Viper. Viper could do the Diffuser probably as a follow-up to his Dragonlance. If I'm not mistaken, Poison Attack is no more an orb effect. I need to check this once we load into the game. But yeah, Diffuser would be nice against the Guardian Angel coming up from the Omni Knight. It's also good. Viper Strike pierces spell immunity, if I'm not mistaken. So you've got a fair bit of control versus the Luna. In addition to the Pit of Malice as well as the Crush coming up from the Slaughter and the Underlord. Both sides, well, rather unusual drafts coming up from both of them. This only excites me all the more for TI7. I mean, I don't think anybody's put a finger just yet on what the meta is. We've been seeing Arcodin, we've been seeing Go Visage, we've been seeing Go Monkey King, but nobody knows just yet what really the meta is. And I wonder if anybody spotted that up, but Negi and Paddling just switched roles. Unless this is a mid-clings. Okay, they're switching it back. Agressive5 confused too, still figuring out who goes where. But yeah, back to the meta. I mean, there isn't a meta that we can just yet put a finger on. I mean, Drow's still popular, but I don't want to say she's the meta just yet. And I just stopped talking so that you can enjoy this music and the load screen and all its glory. But yeah, Drow is the meta to some extent. I mean, she's not out of the meta, but come TI7, we'll be seeing a lot of teams really find the groove, and that's when the meta is made mostly at TI7. And who adapts, who challenges the meta in the most interesting of manner is going to come out on top. So yeah, I guess we have less than 14 days to go to TI. It's going to be an interesting one. Love on... Okay, wait a minute. So yeah, it is a core Monkey King. I was right. Oof. Thank God. It's going to be a support OmniKnight. I mean, whenever I see OmniKnight, I assume that CO Baby is going to pick it up. But we've got CO Baby and the next assassin. You know what? Why don't we just do a round of introductions? I'm going to start off with IQ. We've got No7. And I hope I've got your name right this time around, friend. No7 playing the Usa Warrior OD in the hands of Kumi. OmniKnight being played by Love. CO Baby, that offlaner playing the next assassin. And that leaves us with Zing on the Monkey King, who's a cute, innocent little bunny just cutting across the map for the time being. On the other side of the river, we've got Pasol, the captain of Agressive5, playing the Lich. Slara being played by Pinkman or Shabazz. Negi going in a safe lane with the Klings. Battling, going to the mid lane with the Viper, and that leaves us with 835 on the Underlord. Started out with Boots early on the Underlord. It's not something you see too often. Maybe he just feels that he needs the extra movement speed to keep distance from the Monkey King, who's got a whole lot of range to work with for a melee hero. I mean, he's pretty much a range hero at this point, but that staff whacking across, pretty much whacking across cliffs and whatnot. Once again, I am confused as all hell. So it is a support Monkey game, but I saw his starting items and I thought he was a core. So he's gone for the PMS as well as a couple of tangos. And yeah, he's getting pinged up. They know what's going up. Negi's pinged it out immediately, so they're going to fall for any of these courier sniping antics. Agressive5 on their toes here. The mid matchup, both OD as well as the Viper getting a deny each. Nothing too unusual just yet. And what's a Monkey King up to? He's walking into the enemy base. IQ clowning about. He's taking a whole lot of damage from the tower. Will end up falling down. Misjudged. Absolutely there by Zing, the captain on the side of IQ. I don't know what he was thinking. Maybe he thought he'd get a free base trip. Was that the plan? And yeah, he's put his point into Jinglim Mastery. That's his commitment for the time being. He walks across the mid lane, cosplaying as a Clarity attack. But nobody's falling for it just yet. CO Baby on the next assassin. He's getting his levels. He's got 3 mangoes and a tango. That's a whole lot of regen and that's a whole lot of fruit. The crush is available for Pinkman though. He could go in. He feels that he don't have the range. Now he has the range. The Spike Carapace is not going to be enough. He pops a mango, turns around, impale onto 2. Perfect impale coming out there from CO Baby, and that's going to let him live. This off lane is pretty much a dual lane with Pasol as well as E35. A little unconventional, but I think this is going to starve the Ursa a little bit in terms of EXP. This is also going to make sure that E35 gets farm. And Underlord is one of those heroes that needs farm to be effective. Pasol is one of those heroes that needs a little bit of move speed to stay alive. The second Earth Shock will end up missing. And yeah, the Lich as well as the Underlord doing rather okay for themselves. Mid lane paddling taking a fair bit of damage. Kumi's not put any yet, and that's when he's really going to start hurting paddling here. I also wonder if this is one of those games where the Usa builds a Silver Edge, maybe just to deal with the Viper. and even the Underlord to some extent. Do away with the Atrophy Aura. Take away that damage reduction, take away that extra damage stacks that he gets from the Atrophy Aura. But yeah, Usa Silver Edge, not an item you see every day. This situation, but I'm not sure if this is one of the games where he ends up going for it. Paddling, he was pressured a fair bit in the mid lane by the Monkey King. This let Kumi get off to a decent start. But hold on, top lane, see you baby, he's gone indeed. Negi is there, Zing, their captain, around as well. He's got the Jingu Mastery, he's building up the stacks, it does click in and they get first blood. Negi goes down, Pikmin with the crush, a second delay, didn't get a kill in response. Zing with the Boundless Strike, searching for Pikmin. But Pikmin is alive. So, smart play coming out from Intelligence Quotient. They realize that Agressive5 running a dual lane and they want to punish the safe lane along with the Monkey King. They also want to apply a little bit of pressure onto A35, but he's got that frost armor, or the ice armor rather. What's it called? Ice armor coming up from the Lich. So, he's not going to be going down all that easily to the right clicks coming up from use of audio. Zing has got the boots up and going. So, he's, wow, he's got a little bit more to work with, and yeah, he's fletching across the map. Not to put a point into Primal Spring, so he's not looking to pressure the mid lane early on. Speaking of the mid lane, paddling, dropping low, just stays alive at the skin of his teeth. It's not every day that you see Viper lose the mid lane. I mean, the whole point of a Viper is win the lane, lose the game, but he's losing the lane, and I don't want to say Agressive5 is losing the game just yet. They are facing a lot of heat from all corners of the map. And I'm going to drop down the individual net worth. You got OD sitting at the top, pulling ahead by a good 400. And Love pushing his luck here. He's got the repel available. Wants to go ahead, gets the kill. I guess that was a purification. I'm experiencing a bit of packet loss. Didn't end up catching that. Penguin takes a Boundless Strike, turns around with the crush. Zing did build up the Jingle stacks. But IQ once again scoring crucial kills across the map. One on the Klings, one on the Viper. And both goes on the side of Agressive5 end up going down rather easy. Pinkman with the sprint, the Guardian sprint. In fact, only 1 point in it, trying to close the gap. Kumi running towards the room. There's no room to keep him alive. But he's got the movement speed, he's got the boots, as well as the Astral in the bit. So there's no easy way he would end up going down there. So yeah, 2 quick kills for IQ. On both cores, the only core on the side of Agressive5 doing well is the Underlord. Is that enough though? Boots on the Omni Knight, building into his soul ring. And yeah, Pinkman sees a career flying out his head. Takes a hit, can take a couple of more, but shouldn't be pushing his luck too much here. Pops the crush and the sprint gets out of there. Zing. Disguised as the bounty rune. And ends up picking up the real one there. 6 minutes in, Zing is at level 3 for all that roaming. He's managed to keep up in terms of levels. Doing quite well for himself. Secured kills in the top lane as well as the mid lane. A defining characteristic, I mean, if an Indian team ever goes to TI and we ever do one of those videos where we say what the team is really good at, Agressive5 are really good at the early game. That's really where they excel. Being aggressive in the early game, and a lot of it falls on this man here, Pinkman. But unfortunately, Agressive5, they've lost a couple of key kills. The Spike Carapace followed up with the Impale. They've got the Primal Spring as well. Pinkman, right place, right time with the crush. You got a rotation from Pasol. Negi gets the kill on a Zing. See baby trying to make a run for it. Pinkman wants to give chase. He's got the crush coming off. Cooldown does connect. Spike Carapace not available for another 5 seconds. Negi with the orb walking ends up getting the kill. A quick double kill for Negi. A core and his support end up going down on the side of IQ. And Jebaited is the name of the game. Pinkman displaying unusual amounts of patience there with that invis rune. Mid lane though, I mean, Viper, despite his death, is trying to do his best to keep up with the OD. And goes in with the Viper Strike on a Kumi, who turns around with the Astral. This is set up though. Zing walking around, he's got the Boundless Strike in a bit. The Purification will not connect, the Boundless Strike will. And with a couple of Arcane Orb hits, it ensures that Kumi picks up the kill. That's the second death on paddling in the mid lane within a span of 7 minutes. If IQ were ill-mannered enough to spam voice lines at this point, it's a disaster. Would pretty much sum up the start that Paddling has had in the mid lane. Pinkman though, trying to get some easy EXP here. Wants to get the Tranquils up and going as soon as possible, and even the Blink Dagger if he can. A35's got the Arcane Boots, 3 points into Firestorm. So he can apply as much pressure as possible in this lane. Usa's got Enrage, so the bear's not going to be an easy kill for Agressive5. He's also making decent progress towards his Bloods. He's got the Morbid Mask, so he could Roshan just with that if he wants to, once he picks up a couple of levels. And Agressive5 need to be on their toes here, keeping as much vision as possible around the Rosh pit, which is kind of hard when you got a Monkey King to worry about. Once again, cosplaying as an innocent bunny. On the hunt. Pinkman making a rotation, trying to secure the illusion room for the Viper. Paddling's put 2 points into Nether Toxin. Hold on. Zing just flirting with Pinkman at this point, but he's got back up, and it suddenly becomes a bit serious. Though, See You Baby ended up missing his impale, so no easy way for Pinkman to end up going down there. So Agressive5 they turned this into a trial lane. They're given A35 the start he wanted. He's got levels, he's got the Arcane Boot, so he can spam out the wave as much as possible, keep it pushed, force Pinkman to last hit under, force the user to last hit under his own tower. And he's pretty much good to go in the off lane. And now they're transitioning into a traditional trial lane here. Negi with those 2 kills is sitting atop the net worth charts. He's got a couple of 1 point in strafe, so he can apply a little bit of early pressure to this tower. IQ even popping the glyph early on. We do have this aggressive ward coming up from Agressive5, so they know what's going on here. Zing trying to set up a couple of stacks in the jungle. Not sure who's going to clear it out for IQ there. Nobody really excels at taking down stacks. Paddling, Room feels the pressure to do something across the map. He's got the phase boots as well. But do they have detection to bring down the next assassin? Assault, no sentries, no dust on him either. See your baby pops the spike. Carapace wants to turn around with the impale. They come around with the wraparound. Pinkman with the crush. And they go right back there. No detection on the side of Agressive5. And, well, at the very least, they're going to force a couple of TPs. Omni-9 TP to the top lane. They forced the Vendetta out of CEO Baby. And they should respect the fact that IQ might be looking to make a play. Yeah. That ward though pays off. Dengi ends up taking the impale, no detection on the side of IQ. In fact, you've got Zing with Dust. The Primal Spring is on point. It clips onto 3, Boundless Strike onto 1. Puzzle taking a whole lot of damage with the purification, but Zing will fall to repel 1, keep him alive. Negi's there with the damage, and here comes A35 with the Dark Rift onto a creep. The Pit of Malice coming off cooldown in a bit. He's trying with the body blocks, and his body is a big one. He manages to block off Love, who takes a crush, takes the nuke from the Lich, and Negi scores another double. Agressive5 trying to apply some early pressure across the map and being mighty successful at it. All of this, space for Paddling to farm in the mid lane. IQ, want to defend. It's only a Monkey King. Who really did expect Lich to be 6. I mean, that's one of the most deceptive things about a Lich. How quickly he can catch up in terms of EXP. And Zing walked in not expecting the chain first. All of them grouped up, end up taking a quick amount of magical burst damage and was slowed down as well. Omni-Knight still, I guess he just hit 6 and got the Guardian Angel. We're seeing a quick smoke into the Rosh pit. They've got a sentry. Elsewhere, Negi scoring kills across the map. Pasol needs to be careful. The Vendetta hit is there. A35 with the Pit of Malice. Spike Carapace going to keep him alive a little while longer, but Seer Baby takes a fair amount of damage. Pinkman got the Tranquil Boots. Wants to make something happen across the map. But do they know that IQ were all this time just quietly sitting in the Rosh pit? They should have sensed this happening because Negi got a tower all by himself. Paddling looks like going for a little bit of stats and utility. He's building into drums of endurance. A35 going for the mech, has the headrest complete, just needs the mech recipe at this point. So it's a pretty good timing coming out from him. The question is, are Agressive5 going to just group up after this mech comes online? In fact, they have pretty decent items to do so. Negi has the Solar Crush. So he can take away a lot of armor, give a little bit of evasion. And all of that is really handy versus the OD and the USA. Mid lane paddling, not expecting the Rod of ATOS to come online on the OD this early on. That's a 13-minute ATOS on the OD, who skipped the Midas altogether. Doesn't feel the need to stay relevant in the late game versus the Klink. CEO Baby staying alive, wants to go for the TP. Speaking of TPs, we've got two coming in. Zing will not get caught in the crush, turns around with the boundless strike, but Puzzle is there. They end up getting the kill. They're looking for more love in the trees. Wants to stay alive, drops the repel, tries to run right the hell out of there. While Kumi, he's caught on the wrong side of the tower. The Guardian Angel has been popped. A335 dropping low. The purification does a whole lot of damage. The crush is there from Pinkman. But Ursa with the Aegis shows up at the fight. Wants to party, wants Pinkman. Elsewhere, they did manage to bring down Zeng on the Monkey King. Negi dropping low, staying alive. The Chain Frost bouncing between the creeps, and Kumi will end up getting brought down there by Pasol. They've got the Solar Crush once again on the USA. Can they take away the Aegis? CEO Baby with the Vendetta hit. Make sure that the Slara ends up going down. And it looks like it's a 3-for-2 exchange. CEO Baby gets the double kill on the Nyx Assassin. Paddling will go down as well. Agressive5. They did get kited a fair bit by the Omni Knight there. Negi trying his best with that Solar Crush. Dead Pact on cooldown, so he's not got that extra burst of HP to work with. Once again, Agressive5 pushing a tower with no sentries nearby. I'm not sure if that was really the best move. A little bit of vision wouldn't be too bad versus the Nyx Assassin. Puzzle's made the adjustment now. He's got sentries on him. Once again, Agressive5 grouping up near the bottom lane. Ursa still has the Aegis. IQ. Spending the mid-game farming. Some quality time with the creeps. Kumi's got the ATOS, so it's going to be good versus Negi and Pinkman. No 7, standing in the trees, wants to run in. He's got the Mask of Madness. TPs are coming in. Negi unloads on the tower. Zing atop the trees there. Agressive5. The trap has been set by IQ. They're waiting patiently. They pop the glyph. Usa picks up the blink dagger, but Pinkman's caught him out. The corrosive ace is there. They do have vision of the Usa. Pops the enrage, moves on to Negi. Negi caught in the ATOS. A boundless strike on top of him. That's a mega kill streak taken away. A35 dropping low. No mech to work with. In fact, he does. He stays alive a little while longer, but it's Kumi doing a whole lot of damage with the Sunrise Eclipse and Zing giving chase for more. They want Agressive5's captain. They want Pasol. 2 stacks of Jingu mastery on him. CEO Baby with the corrosive ace misses the impale, and Pasol trying to run into the trees, but the trees are not a friend. For Zing with the Monkey King gives them the vision. IQ once again bring down 3 members from the side of Agressive5. Agressive5 trying to group up, this time without paddling and getting punished for doing so. I guess the plan for Agressive5 just try and get Pinkman as blink dagger as much as possible. A little bit of straight on initiation would be really nice. Pinkman's, I mean, he's running in with the spring, getting one crush off and just ends up going down. He's not finding easy maneuverability across fights, and that's really hurting Agressive5. I mean, the Pit of Malice is good to some extent, but how much can you expect an Unlaw to make sure that you've got the lockdown you need? I'm going to drop down the net worth charts. It's a 2,000 net worth advantage in terms of IQ. It's Oaths. Zane in the trees, gets tagged with a Viper Strike, jumps from treetop to treetop and will stay alive. He does know that there's a ward there though now. I think the Agressive5 ward just timed out though. Pinkman looking for farm, looking to get back into this game. In terms of individual net worth, both goes from the side of IQ leading the charts. You've got Negi trying to keep up. And it looks like Agressive5 have had enough of grouping up early on. The mech really not being the force that they expected in team fights. It looks like A35 is going into a first half. Kite the Usa a little bit more. I like the idea. Usa's Aegis has timed out or was sticking down, I'm not entirely sure. He's got the blink as well as the Mask of Madness. Meanwhile, IQ prepping in the top lane. CEO Baby with the Vendetta. He's got the Midas complete as well. Sentry missing. That's a reasonable amount of farm. The sentry is there though, and Pigman spots him out. Pops a sprint, wants to run. So IQ knows that there's a sentry in lane now. Agressive5, they tried grouping up twice to take down the safe lane tower on the side of the Radiant. They failed, and they're just trying to slow down this game, catch up in terms of farm. But I'm really not sure what that farm is going to be. Negi, I guess he's going to need a Hurricane Pike just to stay away from the Ursa. And yeah, it looks like he's building into just that. He's queued up the Dragon Lance. The Hurricane Pike would be nice. I guess the biggest damage dealer on the side of Agressive5 right now is Fason. With the Chain Frost, she's doing a whole lot of work. Zing on the Monkey King is doing a fair bit. I do remember one of the recent patches, the Boundless Strike got buffed. The crit multiplier got buffed by 0.1. I think, yeah, so it went from 1.5 to 1.6. No, hold on. 0.1x or something. I do remember reading this in the patch notes, and it's providing to make the difference. But battling with the ice armor, I don't think that's going to keep him alive. Zing at the right place at the right time with the Boundless Strike onto Pinkman. He gets the crush onto the tree, but where's the follow-up? It's just not there. He goes down as well. Agressive5 lose a core and a support and make that one more. Buzzhole trying to stay alive. The Sanity's Eclipse brings him down. Kumi on a killing spree. IQ most successful with their rotations, all on the back of this Monkey King sitting atop the trees. And this is going to be the mid tower taken down. This is pretty much an end to Battling's laning phase. And well, he has the Dragon Lance and the drums to show for it. That's cheap stats. It's rather effective. He's got 1.8k HP to work with approximately, and with the Corrosive Haze, he's going to be alive a fair amount longer. But I think that they're not too bothered. See Baby though in the mid lane with the amplified damage of the Corrosive Haze is staying alive, but the Guardian Angel is there from the Omni Knight. The Repel as well, they're doing everything to keep him alive. Pinkman forced out of there at the right place at the right time. They've got the Viper Strike on the OD. See Baby trying his best, the Purification is there. He's holding on to the Impale, he catches two. Negi and Paddling being controlled, while elsewhere Agressive5 are on the retreat. No 7 on the Usa giving chase. Blink Dagger coming off cooldown in a bit. Paddling stuck with the Spike Carapace. One See Baby, he's chasing him down with the Corrosive Haze. Will get the kill. Agressive5 on the hunt for more. Love trying to run, but he can't run from Negi and all that range. No 7 with the Repel, just giving chase, chasing down the Bone Cleanse, getting the kill. But the crush is there from Pinkman, and Paddling scores a double. Agressive5, a small victory for them in the mid game for some 20 minutes, and a huge gold exchange in their favor. Look at that XP flow in their favor. 4,000 XP odd in the favor of Agressive5. The question is, can they get an objective on the back of this? Zing, jumping from tree to tree, trying to set up another kill here. It looks like he's going for the Halberd. I do indeed see the value in that versus a Klings and a Viper. Jumps up the trees with that Primal Spring, gets caught in the Pit of Malice, turns around with the Boundless Strike, backs off. Agressive5, that was a fight where Pinkman didn't end up falling down. And that was the best thing, honestly the best outcome that Agressive5 could hope for from that fight. Because this is bringing Pinkman closer and closer to his Blink Dagger. He's gotten the gold for it with A35 taking down the safe lane tower. And now Agressive5 could look to make some more plays, maybe pop a smoke with a little bit of protection. And they have got sentries on per soul. A pick-off now would be nice. It would end up turning the momentum back in their favor. Negi's got the Dragon Lance as well, so some stats for him. In addition to the HP coming out from the dead pack, so he's fairly tanky. And it looks like indeed they're going to smoke up. It's Paddling, Pinkman and Pasol with Negi under guise of the Skeleton Walk. Love on the Omni Knight needs to be careful. Pinkman sees him, goes in with the crush. The Repel was not there. They've got the Solar Crush on top. The Frost Blast as well from the Lich, and they find a quick pick-off. It was only a support, but it was a kill at the very least. Both sides have lost almost all the tier 1s. Agressive5 at least have the safe lane tower up and going. So that's an added advantage. I'm also going to drop down the Dire Vision. This is all Agressive5 see at this point. when you got a blink on Slara, you ideally want to get as much vision as possible so you can make as many aggressive plays and maneuvers into the enemy jungle. Honestly, I wouldn't be too opposed to Puzzle just buying another smoke and popping it. This is the small timing opportunity with Slara's Blink Dagger. But look at this. Zing, he's moving into the enemy jungle. And he does see Puzzle. Puzzle has no idea what's going on. So this squad has been spotted out. Elsewhere, a fight's broken out. Paddling TPs to the shrine, finds the baby, brings him down. IQ. Being a little lax with their positioning. And Agressive5, they just got to move into the Rosh pit with the Solar Crest and the Corrosive Haze. This should be an easy Roshan for them. Zing though, could stay on the trees. They've got this observer, so they do have a little bit of vision. In fact, I think they know what Zing's up to. Zing with the Boundless Strike and the Wukong's command, trying to zone out Agressive5. He's fallen off the tree. They tagged him with the Corrosive Haze, so they know exactly where he is. Then one walking into the pit just yet. Kumi comes in trying to zone them out, but he's caught in the pit of malice. Pinkpin with the two-man crush. Where's the follow-up AoE? There it is. The soul with the chain crush, bouncing between three of them, left, right, and center. IQ, they're succumbing to brain freeze at this point, but no, Seven with the Sanity's Eclipse manages to do some serious work. They've lost the Slaughter. Kumi staying alive on the OD, but Love will be the sacrifice, battling with the quick double kill there. They're looking for more. A35 with the pit of malice onto Kumi. The Corrosive Haze is there. They have the vision. A quick astral keeps him alive a little while longer. Is there any backup coming out though? The Rod of Ados comes out from Kumi. He tries to turn. Seo Baby's here with the Impale on the paddling and the Vendetta hit. Is it enough damage? No, it isn't. Paddling pops the drums. Wants to run out of there. Zing in the trees with the Primal Spring and the Boundless Strike. This should be a kill. Paddling still staying alive through all of this. The Greaves is there. They're going to turn around. The Impale onto A35. He's standing in the pit of malice. Zing with the Chengdu Mastery Strikes. It's not going to be enough. Agressive5 have done a team wipe and a lot more. Only Seo Baby on the Nick stays alive, while the Lich and the Bonklins get their hands dirty on Roshan. A huge victory for Agressive5 in the mid-game. The net worth graph has just swung right back into their favor. IQ have lost the advantage that they fought so hard to accumulate in the early game. And now Agressive5 can go back, do base, heal up, maybe pop a smoke, and go for round 2. That pit of malice with the two-man crush and the chain frost coming up from Puzzle just did heaps of damage onto IQ. And yeah, the vision coming up from Corrosive Haze is exactly what Viper needs to not get guided. Folks, I really recommend you buckle up because I think we're in for one long game here. He's got the Hurricane Pike complete, along with the Solar Crest. So it's going to be all that more harder for heroes like the OD and the USA not to get kited. I mean, A35's got his own 4 stuff. He's building into a hood. I honestly wouldn't mind a Blade Mail pickup on the Underlord. It'd be pretty decent versus the OD and the USA. Agressive5, undercover smoke. I think Seo Baby had a sense of what was going on there. He blinked out prematurely. Agressive5 taking the high ground. Ice armor being distributed like sweets during Diwali. All the cores, all the important cores on this side of Agressive5 have it. But IQ, they're camping the other side of the map. They're trying to avoid the fight because they get a sense that they're not ready to take this fight just yet. I mean, Zing is prepping up in the trees. Needs to be careful. I mean, A35 could just throw a casual bit of malice in that direction. So what's the trade that IQ are making here? They're trying to get a tier 2 for a tier 2. I want to say that Agressive5 push faster with the Klings, the Strafe, and yeah, with the wave clear coming out from the Firestorm. I don't think IQ can make this trade effectively. Agressive5 have ages. If they win this fight, this could be the end of the game. Pingman with the crush on to do bit of malice on top. Zing dropping low. He won't even get the Wukong's command off. A35 controlled with the Spike Carapace. A Viper Strike comes out onto the OD. Agressive5 Look at this. Negi, he's got his eyes on the prize. He's focusing the tower, but Kumi comes in. The repel's worn off. Not sure if he's at the right place at the right time. They've got a whole lot of armor coming up from the Solar Crush as well as the Ice Armor. They've bought down the Monkey King. But Agressive5, they're not entirely sure about going up a high ground. They've got ages. Why not just roll the dice? But no, they're just going to back off, show a little bit of discipline and restraint, and maybe go for another tier 2. The question is, how can IQ itemize to avoid getting kited at this point? I like the diffusal, but is it enough though? Number 7. What is he doing? He jumps in. I'm not sure whom. It was Pasol, brought down with the Enrage. Sorry, I missed that. But here comes paddling. This is an Usa with no ages. He's getting guided in the Pit of Malice. He stays alive. The Purification is there. The Repel along with the Guardian Angel. Everything to keep the Usa alive. And Agressive5 do not end up punishing his dive there. I guess you even end up going for something like a BKB or no 7. But he's going for the Desolator. A controversial item in Indian Dota on the Usa Warrior. Especially after what happened to Blizzard versus Team IQ itself. So, it allows you to hit towers better. This is what the pros say. And I can see some value in that. OD sort of sucks at hitting buildings. So, yeah. So it's not going to be an easy siege though for the Usa. They've got a lot of control. We're also seeing Negi queuing up the Diffusal himself. So that Guardian Angel won't be keeping that Usa alive like that. But Negi with the Solar Crush wants the Omni Knight. They've got the control. He's got the Repel, but they don't care. They bring him down and they're getting pick off after pick off. And on the back of that, Agressive5 will look to take another objective. Viper with the cheese. The Halberd complete as well. It's going to take away a lot of damage coming up from the Usa here. See, maybe goes in with the Impale, blinks out, doesn't connect on anyone. Agressive5 not too afraid at this point. The Aegis did end up timing out. So 2 tier 2s with 1 Aegis, that's rather, I guess you say hashtag worth at this point. I mean, 2 tier 2s, absolutely worth. But top lane, Pinkman, he's gone in with the crush, caught in the ATOS. Is there any follow-up coming up from IQ? OD will end up keeping away. IQ though, they need to find Agressive5 when they split up and look for pickoffs. I mean, Zing's trying to catch up in terms of farm. He's going for a Halberd of his own. It's going to be decent versus the Klings. And I think one of the biggest changes to the Halberd is it can't be dispelled if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it doesn't get dispelled by BKB amount. I'm pretty sure that was a patch change. But yeah, Agressive5, they just want to group up a little bit more. A35 leading the charge, he's got the hood complete. So he's going to be fairly tanky. And even with the Solar Crush thrown on top, Agressive5 are quite easily going to take down this tier 2. Question is, what do IQ achieve on the other side of the map? They're trying to get a tier 2 of their own. In fact, 2 tier 2s. You got number 7 in the mid lane. He's gone back. Oops. Crypt coming in. Agressive5. They're back. The Uber brought them to the mid lane. And IQ, they only end up getting 1 tier 2. They're trying to back off, though. Scan. Not really clipping anyone. Pinkman. Let's get caught in the ATOS. Is the crush there? No, it isn't. That's the second time OD's pushed the lane and gotten out of there. And it's going to take exceptional ratting like that from Team IQ to win this game. Still maybe hunting, but not really sure he can do too much all by himself. This is IQ's vision. They see both jungles. That's about it. This is Agressive5's vision. Truly aggressive. They see the top lane, and they also see the Radiant jungle. And right now, they're not seeing anyone on the side of IQ on the map. Oh, they did see Zing for a second, but that's about it. A35 building a little bit of armor. It's going to help him stay alive versus the Usa. When the Usa decides to get up close and personal on him. But Agressive5, the smoked up Negi leading the charge. He's got that diffusal. That Guardian Angel is not going to amount to much at this point. There's a sentry in the mid lane, but Agressive5 are smoked. They see CO Baby. Can they cancel his blink? The crush is there. No spike carapace this time from CO Baby. The Viper strike being committed as well. They end up getting the kill. And Agressive5, at the very least, might end up forcing a buyback here. They're going to group up, try and do as much damage as possible on the tower. Zing decides to start off with the Wukong's command. He's in the trees. Nothing to break those trees rather easily for Agressive5, but they're going to clear the creep wave with the Firestorm. They don't really care about these monkeys, and the Wukong's command is timed out. Is a tier 3 going down, but no 7 goes in with the repel, staying alive a little while longer. The immediate TP from A35, and that's a BKB forced on Kumi. The presence of mind coming out from A35 on the Underlord there, keeping his core alive. And they can do this time and time again. This is really frustrating for Team IQ. There's no way for them to cancel that Dark Rift. But now they got the Halberd on the Monkey King at least. It doesn't have that much range to work with. IQ, it looks like they've had enough. They feel they have the items, they feel they have all the items they need. Have they got detection though? Yes, Zing's carrying a little bit of dodge. Negi breaks the smoke. The detection does get popped. They jump in the right direction, but Negi forced out by himself. A two-man boundless strike. Pinkman with the crush onto Zing. The Pit of Malice being thrown out. The Monkey King will end up falling. It looks like Pasol will survive with the Glimmer Clip. Number 7 giving chase, pops the enrage. The Greaves is there. They're staying alive as long as possible, and now they're turning. The Hurricane Pike makes sure that No 7 will not end up bringing down the Klings. He wants Pinkman though, but will end up going down. Pasol with the Frostpass gets the kill. CO Baby on the retreat. Pit of Malice will manage to catch out loud. He pops the repel. He's staying alive a little while longer. That's not your shrine, my friend. And indeed, he will end up going down. It's an unstoppable streak on the Viper. And Pinkman wants to make matters worse for IQ. They bring down the OD as well. It's only CO Baby alive at this point. And Agressive5 can smell victory in the air. They're marching down the mid lane. The tier 3 in the bottom is extremely low. It's at least a lane of racks, if not 2 for Agressive5 at this point. They're pushing in the wave in the mid lane, while it looks like Underlord is cutting across to the bottom. How does CO Baby defend? No one on the side of IQ as buyback. Pinkman goes in with the crush. The spike carapace there, followed up with the boundless strike from Zing. This might be the death of Pinkman. No follow-up coming out from Agressive5 to that crush, but they've got their eyes on the prize. They won the objective. And it looks like IQ can't defend. Zing walks into the Pit of Malice. He's trying to create distraction here. He's trying to create a distraction here, but it might just be his own death. CO Baby though trying his best with the mana burn. They've lost the tier 3 in the mid lane. Negi is staying alive through all of this. The Dark Rift is available, but A35 doesn't have enough mana at this point. Pasol has a gem as well. There's another lane of racks. IQ, the champions of the summer phase, on the verge of defeat here. And a 6k net worth advantage back in the favor of Agressive5. Whew. One insane game here. And yeah, this is only the league. I wonder what the land's going to be like. IQ. It looks like their plan is to sneak a quick Roshan here. Number 7, or excuse me, No 7 has moved into the pit. This Roshan and a couple of pickoffs could very well bring them back into the game. Agressive5 have no idea what's going on here. They know that everyone's missing, but can Underlord punish this? Can he just take his entire team to the bottom lane? That would honestly be the best thing that Agressive5 could do. Ditch the mid lane, move to the bottom lane, punish IQ for their lax positioning. Okay. Instead, they're just going to pop a smoke. But this is Ursa with the cheese. It looks like it's OD who's got the Aegis and a BKB as well. So it's not going to be an easy kill. I'm going to drop items really quickly, in fact. Okay, so you got the butterfly and paddling. Holy hell, they have no answer to all that evasion. A mid lane, No 7 all by himself. The crush is there, Pinkman. Oops, where was that crush? I think you're a crush. No 7, he's at his ancients. Do they know that he's around? The smoke does dissipate. They don't know where the Ursa is. But instead, they're just going to move on to shrines. Agressive5 could have found the kill that they needed, but Pinkman finds the initiation that they need. Kumi's caught in the Pit of Malice, does have a force to stay alive a little while longer. CO Baby walks in and walks right out of there. Quick Pyramid Spring from Zing. He's caught on the trees. He's going to get out of there. IQ need to be really careful here. If they end up losing this fight, they pretty much lost the game. It looks like Agressive5 did have vision of them. Pinkman goes in with a crush on the creeps. Ados keeping him away for the time being. So they've got 2 lanes of racks. They've got a lane of racks as well as the melee barracks in the mid lane. Another tier 3 down, and it could very well be mega creeps for Agressive5. The bottom lane is pushing. The question is, do they want to take advantage of this with the Dark Rift? I'm not sure why they're not thinking along those lines. It could be an easy play for them to make. I mean, they've spotted out IQ here with the scan as well as the Viper Illusions. Yeah, and it looks like they're just going to move towards the bottom half of the map. Zing. He's going to try his best. You've got CO Baby holding the creeps. They did end up losing the range barracks in the bottom lane as well. And they've grouped up. Pinkman could go in. He's got the first half and the blink goes in with the crush on his CO Baby. Negi with the follow-up damage, but he's got the the Ghost Scepter that keeps him alive, and he goes around back in for the Impale. A quick Yule Scepter, make sure that he stays alive. It was his own Yule, so he's going to stay alive for the time being, but Pinkman with the 3-man crush and the Chain Frost. The damage is too much from Pasol, who ends up staying alive with the force half coming up from his teammate number 7, getting guided with the Viper Strike. Negi in the middle of 4 heroes from the side of IQ. A 2-man Impale comes out from CO Baby with the Sanity's Eclipse. The man should bring down Pasol, but Negi wreaking havoc upon number 7 and bringing him down. They're taking away the Aegis from the OD. They've got the Shiva's Guard as well as the Hood, and we've got a disconnect coming out from IQ at the worst possible time. IQ, they've had enough. They've tapped out. The GG is called. And Agressive5, along with Go Figure and Entity, are the 2 other indie teams that have managed to take games away from IQ. What a game. I'm going to pin it on some smart itemization as well as some really good play all around from Agressive5. If I had to pick an MVP, I'm going to put it on Pinkman and Pasol. Their initiation was on point, and at the 14-minute mark, it was the Slithering Crush along with the Chain Frost that really did a lot of work. I also like the fact that Agressive5 decided to babysit the Underlord for them. And him having Mana and Greaves and Shivas and Hood just meant that he could stand around